This is Cranston, Calvert. It was built in 1876, and again, it is a school not ready for 21st century learning. Cranston Calvert School is not handicap accessible. It also has substantial problems with fire code safety regulations. One of the major problems with Cranston Calvert School is the fact that there is no cafeteria, and the youngsters have to eat in two separate classrooms in the school. Additionally, it has no library facilities for the 21st century learning, and it has substantial asbestos issues with regard to lead paint, and issues with regard to HVAC repairs. One of the major issues with Cranston Calvert School is the fact that we have to renovate it for fire safety. We're under an obligation and an order from the State Fire Marshal to do the repairs at Cranston Calvert to make sure that it's sprinkled throughout the building, because they consider it a dangerous situation for our youngsters in the event of a fire. This is the main entrance for Cranston Calvert Elementary School. As you can see, it's decidedly unimpressive and certainly very narrow in terms of egress for students and for visitors. This is the auditorium at Cranston Calvert School. As you can see, it's a big space, but it hasn't been renovated in many, many years, and it doubles as the phys ed area during inclement weather. As you can see, my good friend Paul Fagan barely fits in these chairs. They're certainly very small for an adult. Additionally, there are asbestos tiles throughout this area, which really should be abated if we're going to continue to use this space in the future. Because these buildings are so old, when they were constructed, no one ever thought of having a cafeteria. We had the cafeteria in the basement of the building, but the fire marshal said that that was no longer allowed because of safety considerations. This now is an old classroom which we use as a cafeteria space for the youngsters who attend Cranston Calvert School. We have another classroom next door which we use for overflow for tables for youngsters to eat lunch. One of the issues with this old school is the fact that it doesn't have modern HVAC for kids. In modern schools, there is an air recirculating system which provides us with healthy outside air into the classrooms. Here at Cranston Calvert, the heating system is uneven, forcing us to open windows even on the coldest days because the classroom is getting too hot. In other places in the school, the heat never comes up appropriately and the students are cold all winter. We're now in the basement of Cranston Calvert School. Even in the best of times, this wasn't a good situation. This is where the cafeteria was. In the event of fire, we had a major problem with having the youngsters exit safely from this underground space. This is the library of Cranston Calvert School. As you can see, once again, we have a totally inadequate space to teach our youngsters about library media activities and make sure that they are able to access quality periodicals, reference books, and library books in general. Again, no room for computers as are needed in a 21st century media center. As you can see, this would be the only major drop-off pickup space for Cranston Calvert Elementary School. Obviously, it's a very dangerous situation. Cars coming up the road and trying to turn around without much turnaround space. The side streets are too narrow to be able to have cars parking on both sides to drop off and pick off their students.